Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this video today. What I wanted to show was me playing in a heavy tank, and I was actually top tier. So a lot of people, they'll play the tanks just the exact same no matter what tier they're in, and with some you can, such as the TDs, the SPGs. It kind of doesn't matter what tier you're in. You're going to play them pretty much the same anyway because you're playing to the type of tank. But with the light tanks, medium tanks, and especially the heavy tanks, you actually do need to take a little more consideration as to which tier you're at, whether you're top tier, middle tier, bottom tier. Now in this particular battle, I'm top tier, and I'm actually the only tier 8 heavy on my team, and so I want to get over to the castle and get a good position and try to keep control of it. I'd like to push, but we'll have to see how well the enemy is, or how many tanks the enemy has sitting there and how aggressive they're going to play. Now, the other two tanks to my left here, the UDAS and the Type 64, took a little more southerly route than I did, and the Tiger P actually, it looks like. I've never had any luck with that. I swear every time I go a little more southerly than what I did just there, I always get shot. But, you know, I guess that's just me. So, anyway, they were able to make it across without getting shot, and I actually stopped here to see if I could take some shots on those two tanks that were spotted, and at the time it seemed like a good idea, but watching the replay here, really it wasn't. I needed to push forward and get into the castle so that I can get into that little gully there and get hulled down and try and keep control. Now right here I pushed up because that one T-71 had been spotted, and then he went dark, so I pushed forward to see if he would be lit up, and he's not, so I backed off just in case, and really I shouldn't have even bothered trying to stop there. I should have just pushed into the castle to get to, or at least get to that little gully there at the northern tip of the castle. Now right here the KV-2 and the Cromwell B get lit in the little village again, and I stopped to see if I can take shots on them again. It was really weird. I knew I needed to get into the castle, but I kept getting distracted, which unfortunately does happen in some battles. Now, I'm looking to see who's getting spotted because I'm watching the Type 64 move. The enemy isn't really pushing into the castle, but I kind of expected that they would be, which is why I went over the top of this hill instead of around the side to the right here on the west side of it, because all I did was expose myself to a lot of fire from the village, but fortunately those shells bounced. Now I finally get up here where I wanted to be, in this little gully here. It's a good spot. It's a strong spot. You can get hulled down and just use your turret to bounce shots, assuming you've got a bouncy turret, which this tank actually does. So I'm just going to sit here and work the spot for a little bit and try and do the back and forth routine, shoot the enemy, try not to get shot, and if I do get shot, at least try to keep my hull down. Now here I was trying to shoot the Panther, and I wanted to aim in, try and make sure I hit him, but unfortunately I waited too long and ended up missing him anyway. Now I saw that Black Prince start to edge over or around the little courtyard here. So he gets over to the side there, and I'm able to put a shell through the front of his tank, and I bounced his return shot. Well, actually I bounced his shot first and then shot him, but anyway. Now the OI tries to nose up and put a shot into me, but then he backs up. I don't know if some of my teammates got spotted or if he started taking fire. Yeah, see, look, he already hit him. Now the Black Prince moved up and bounced a shell off me again. I penetrated him again, and the OI is moving back because the Artie was pegging him, and of course that meant he was spotted by somebody. Now the Black Prince bounced off me again, and then I actually bounced off of him because previously he hadn't been angling very well, but as he backed up, he actually angled his tank just well enough that my shell bounced. So this time I shoot at the turret, and I was shooting just to the side of the gun mantlet. I'm pretty sure that I can penetrate his gun mantlet, but I'd have to check the stats to be sure. But I knew I could penetrate the face of his turret just to the side of the gun mantlet, so I just went in and took that shot. Now there we traded shots again. He bounced off me. I actually bounced off of him because I waited just a split second too long to fire at his turret, so I ended up shooting the side of the turret as he was backing away. Now here the Panther shoots me and I shoot the ground. I tend to do that. I don't know about everybody else, but I have several rounds every game, every battle I should say, that end up going into the ground, and that was one. Now nobody spotted here, and I see the Tiger P is pushing up on the coast there, and I didn't want to leave him hanging by himself there, so I pushed up as well. But as you can see, the heavy tank penetrated me, the T-71 penetrated me, the T-71 penetrated me again, the Black Prince penetrated me. So, you know, clearly the hull on this tank is nowhere near as strong as the turret, and I probably should have just stayed where I was, but oh well. Now I was able to advance far enough forward where the T-71 and the heavy tank number 6 can't shoot me. And here I penetrated the side of the Black Prince because he angled too much. I think he was trying to get up next to that building and possibly try and get around me, but that didn't work. And then I penetrated the side of him again. Now, I'm trying to back up and look around, look at the mini-map, see who's where, see if anybody's spotted. And so I want to get over here and help the Tiger P. So I shoot the heavy tank number 6, I take him out, the T-71 penetrates me again. And he doesn't penetrate me. Oh, there we go. He bounces, but I'm able to shoot the Panther M10. Now I'm waiting to reload, and I want to shoot him again. Actually, no, I think my previous shot bounced. Yeah, so there I penetrate him. And at this point, I'm anticipating the T-71 is out of ammo, but nope, there he surprised me, shot me again, and again. I was a little obsessed with trying to shoot the Panther M10 at this point, and I finally get him. And then the Tiger P pushes over the top on that T-71 and distracts him so he can't shoot me anymore, which, you know, is good because I should have moved previous, but I didn't. So he rams the T-71. I want to get over here and get a shot. The Tiger P shoots him, and then I finally get a shot on him as well. So he's done now. And then Artie splashes both of us there. I get a bit of a stun, but that's all right. At this point, it doesn't look like anybody else is in a position to shoot us, so it's not too crucial a thing right now. Now right here, I'm looking at the minimap and debating whether I want to go a little bit to the left or go to the right. And I'm also debating on which repair kit I want to use, because I run both a small and a large. Now with the number of broken components I had, I should have probably used the large, but I decided to use the small one instead and just fix the ammo rack. Now I pushed forward a little bit to the left, not so much that I wanted to go to the village, it's just I was on a little bit of a hill and I wanted to get down on the road. It's actually a little bit of a, not exactly a depression, but it's a little lower than the hilltop I was on, so it gave me a little bit of a hold down protection. Now here I'm shooting at the Black Prince, and as you can see I was actually aiming high on his hull and my shell still slammed into the ground. I think Wargaming got a little excessive on some of their RNG. It's very annoying, frustrating. Now I move forward a little bit and that Black Prince gets spotted again, so I want to see if I can get another shot on him, and he doesn't quite peek out, and then he goes dark. So now I don't know if he peeked out in the bush or moved back to shoot the Black Prince, but as you can see he did just that. Then he moves forward and I shoot him again, so got some damage on him that time. Now I'm trying to move towards the enemy cap, but I'm also trying to stay in the little dips. I don't know if you can tell that on here, but I'm trying to use the terrain as much as possible to my advantage. Try and stay as hull down as I can, because as you saw earlier, my hull doesn't take damage very well. And there I bounce a shell from an ISU-152. There's something you don't see very often. I was quite surprised. I was really when the shell bounced, I was like, oh god, okay, it bounced. But then when I looked and saw that it was from the ISU-152, I was very surprised. And there's the Artie splashing me again. Now at this point you can see that none of the enemy tanks were lit up, and so I want to push into the cap. I want to put some pressure on them, but at the same time I don't want to just throw myself away, so I'm trying to be cautious. I'm using the riverbank here a little bit, and I just go ahead and take a crazy shot there just in case the ISU is still sitting there, but he's probably not. Now you can see most of my team, they're sitting back in their camping spots, which isn't a bad thing because they've been able to hold off the enemy push on the northern end and on the southern end. I've had a couple of guys helping me push the enemy a little bit here, so not too big of a problem. Now at this point I pop up and I see the ISU, so I go ahead and take a shot, and I believe my shell missed, but I move up again and he's not lit anymore. Excuse me. I went ahead and take a blind shot. I don't think it hit, and then the Crusader hits me again, and of course you can see the FV-4202. I want to take a shot on him, but I'm waiting for my stuff to or my my ammo to reload, and the crew's still stunned. I want that to end, and there we go. I take a shot, but it misses. Now, somebody, there we go. The Artie on my team finished him off, took him out. So I'm sitting here looking, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, I don't have very much health, and of course then the Artie hits me again. And now, as you can see on the mini-map, the guys on the northern part of the map are actually moving, but I didn't realize that at the time. So I typed in here, and you'll see it pop up in just a few seconds here, that, yeah, there we go. I have almost no health left. You guys need to push up. And then I looked at the mini-map, and I saw that they were moving. I was like, oh, great, that's fantastic. These guys are actually gonna help out. And but like I said, I didn't, you know, they were actually already moving before I put in the message, but I didn't know that at the time. Now you can see the Lorraine is pushing up. The Tiger P is not. He's holding still, but I don't know if you noticed or not, but he put in chat a little while ago that the ISU 152 had tracked him. So I could see why he doesn't want to move up just right yet, but he does decide to reposition, so that's good. Now the guys on my team spot the Hellcat, and I take a shot, and of course it misses, but somebody else hits him. For some reason, the Hellcat drives forward, and my teammates finish him off. So we've got 2 enemy tanks left, the Crusader and the ISU 152. And I'm thinking, this is great. You know, I'm not having to throw myself away. These guys are pushing up. This is, you know, excellent teamwork. And so at this point, you can see that the Crusader gets spotted, and the UDES is moving towards me, trying to find that ISU 152. And so we're just trying to do what we can here, trying to find the enemy, trying to shoot him, trying to stay alive. And then the ISU 152 gets spotted, and the UDES takes him out. Actually, I think the Lorraine takes him out, and then somebody hits the Crusader. You can see him off in the distance there. But this worked out really well. We end up winning, and I can't remember who takes out the Crusader. We'll have to watch that here. Our heavy tank number 6 takes out the Crusader. Wow, great. So we won that. That was a good team effort, and you can see that because I had pushed up into the castle, I was able to keep them from pushing any further. So I helped the team hold the castle, and it worked really well. I did get top XP, second highest damage, but it's really the win that I was really looking for here, and I got that. And as you can see, I blocked 4,000 damage, and we won.